Okay, Kevin. On our way out to the undisclosed location, heading through Spokane right now. Recently, one of your friends passed away. A college teammate, right?
Yeah.
Cory Sonnen, correct?
Yes, correct.
How old was Cory?
I think Cory was 48.
So he was a year ahead of you?
Correct. 1 year in school.
Is he from Oregon? Where's he from?
He's from Woodburn, Oregon. He was, he's a great wrestler, but he was, he's a 3-sport athlete. He was the type of guy, he was like all-state football, track, 3-time high school state champion. Great competitor, just good athlete, not super big, but was still all-state football. Was I think a 134 pounder when he started college, and moved up to 142. He was a Pac-10 champ. He was a runner-up
For Oregon.
He was, I believe, a 3-time NCAA qualifier.
And he's a year ahead. He's a 90 grad?
He's a 90 high school grad. Yeah.
Okay. And then what degree do you know what degree he got from Oregon?
I think he got some kind of English or something. He was he was a very well-read guy, but hanging out with him, he's one of the guys, like around the campfire and dinking around. A very well-read guy, smart guy, would read like this Chaucer stuff, which I can't even, I don't even know what language that is. Just smart guy, tremendous businessman. After college, family guy, awesome family guy. Married his sweetheart, Margaret, and 3 kids. And tremendous guy. One of those guys, everybody says, talk about a guy that was involved in his community and that, gave to his community, whether it's his time or, what he was able to help, financially. Just.
And related to Chow, right?
Yeah, cousin.
Their dads are brothers.
Yeah, funny story. Their dads are brothers and their moms are sisters.
No way.
Yeah, so Rudy, Big Rudy, because we called Cory Rudy too. That was his middle name, but Rudy and Paulette married, and then Chael's parents were Pat Sonnen and Claudia, and so. They grew up around each other, like a town or two over.
Yeah, I was going to say, Woodburn's by West Lynn, right? They're Portland, both Portland, right?
Yeah, Woodburn's about, it's about 20 miles south. It's where all the big outlets are now, the mall, like the big outlets.
Yeah, I know where you're talking.
About
Happy
20 miles
Valley's right around there, I think.
But yeah, out in the country, used to be all farm country and stuff, a lot of farming. And then, the mall, the outlet mall kind of probably brought over time, probably, 15,000-20,000 people there. But yeah, man, hell of a teammate, great guy.
What did he have? What did he pass away from?
So he had, he had a brain tumor. I don't know apologize for not knowing the technical brain tumor, brain cancer, which he had for almost 2 years.
He battled it for 2 years.
Yeah, damn near 2 years. Wow. I think it was fall of 18 when right around October, I think, when he was first diagnosed, and went to the Mayo Clinic and I don't know all the medical terminology and stuff, but
brain cancer.
Supposedly had inoperable sort of brain cancer kind of thing, but it had to be operable because there wasn't another choice if he wanted to stay around longer, and so you know, he battled it, and he was, you know, he got pretty healthy for a while. I mean, all else considering, but, you know, he lost one side of his body, the ability to use it a lot.
Paralyzed him.
Yeah, after the operation, and just we were able to go see him for a weekend, right about 1 month before he passed.
Where did they live?
So they lived in Gig Harbor, Washington, which is over on the peninsula, kind of across the sound from like Tacoma.
Got it.
Kind of over the peninsula, go over the Tacoma Narrows Bridge, go over there where Bremerton is, and there's Gig Harbor up there, and man, oh man, a bunch of us got to go see him. We spent the whole weekend with him. Guys from Montana and living in Montana and Colorado and Oregon and Washington and Idaho, and about 10 of us.
How many times did you guys qualify for the NCAAs together? Twice?
That would have been 3 times.
You guys were teammates at the NCAAs 3 times?
Yeah.
Wow. And you were 18 all those years, and he was 34 and 42?
Yeah.
What was his best finish? Do you remember?
Well, he didn't place in the NCAAs.
No, what was his best finish? 3 and 2, 2 and skidoo.
I couldn't
Or you
tell
were
that.
lasered in on what K-Rod was doing?
Yeah, you know what? It's funny. You go to those towns, and you just. I don't really know. I mean, you have 3 weigh-ins. You have, you know, you're in the hotel, you're in the workout room, you're in the arena.
Bit of a blur, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, it's like some people remember more than I do as far as that. I can remember the back area of the arenas and coming out onto the mats, and
you're the first out of the chute, though. So
yeah.
You would be getting done with the match, and he'd be warming up,
Probably
getting ready to
coming
wrestle.
on. I don't know if I ever saw him wrestle, to be honest,
That's
at the
so
NCAAs. You know, it's kind of the same way coaching too. You see your guys wrestling, the rest of the time you're in the back, and you see very few guys from other teams, very few matches that don't involve your athletes until it gets out probably to Saturday or something. You know?
Yeah,
like
because then it's more spread out.
Yeah, you got a couple guys wrestling, and you know, and you're
less guys. Yeah, as a teammate, what's you know, something as a teammate, as a friend, what's a story you can recall about him that like kind of stands out to you about Cory?
Well, I mean, just the man, there was so many good stories, but I mean, I can remember he was a great teammate. I mean, just a great teammate. You know, when I got there, I was wet behind the ears. You know, I was probably like a lot of guys. I wasn't sure if I belonged. You know, number one, I thought I did, or I hoped I did, but wasn't really sure. You know, win a state championship as a senior, and you know, now you're going where the big boys are. And he was the guy that pull you aside. You know, you just got the hell beat out of you for an hour by an older guy, and you know, pull you like, hey, you're gonna be all right. You know, you just keep coming in here, keep doing what you're doing. You're working your tail off, man. You're like, and just build you up. He was also like a guy that would just, much like Chael, you know, like give the shirt off their back for like a teammate or somebody that he cared about. And I think, you know, he did. I mean, obviously, he never told me much, but what just other people told me is like in his community so he moved to Washington soon after college, and he had a couple businesses, and you know, just what people tell me, and you know, I mean, tremendously impactful in his community. Like, and he was the best thing about Cory. Here's the best story. It's not really a story. The best thing about Cory was he was the guy that everybody wanted to be like, or like the coolest guy in the room, no matter what room. And I was talking to some of my buddies about this after we lost him, and like, okay, Cory was a guy, everybody was trying to be cool. Everybody, you know, like a lot of guys were trying to be cool or whatever. Cory was just cool. He didn't have to try to fit in. It didn't matter who he was hanging out with. he fit in. He was the guy, if you were hanging out after practice, in the sauna, the guy you wanted to talk to, the guy you wanted to listen to that make you laugh, the guy you wanted to hang out with on Memorial Weekend around the campfire, like the guy you wanted to get over by. I mean, that's that guy. And he was just that guy. The like all-American looks, build, strong, you know, power clean, 270 pounds. Just, he's that guy. Like, that guy was such a gift to, you know, the world. I mean, I got to wrestle with him for 4 years, but he's the kind of guy you could call. And, you know, so here he's an Oregon graduate, and we want to take our guys, I think, to the World Championships in, what was it, 2015 in Vegas?
Vegas, yeah.
Yeah. You know, so we wanted to go to the 2015 World Championships, you know, get a bus, go down from Oregon down to Vegas, take all the college guys, but it costs money. And call them up, hey, this is what we're doing, like, hey, how much is it gonna cost? What do you, hey, check the mail in 2 days. Boom. Help send 15, 16 kids down to the World Championships. Not the school he was from, not his alma mater, but because we were teammates.
And then, okay, so here's the other thing. They're 5 years apart, the cousins, right?
Yeah,
Cory
yeah.
and Chael, they're 5 years apart.
Yeah, so
you were
Cory,
teammates with both of them, but they were never teammates.
correct. So like Cory's brother, Cory had 3 brothers. And he was the youngest. There were Sid and Lowell and Ty. And Ty and I used to work out sometimes in the summer. He was bigger. He was like 26, 34, not just a little bit bigger. And so he'd come up to Eugene, and in the summer we would work out sometimes. He wrestled for Southern Oregon, and actually I believe started out at Western Oregon. And that was kind of just when I was coming into college, and they lost their program, Western Oregon. And so he went to Southern. He's a couple-time All-American, NAIA. And so Sid and Ty came up for the get-together at Cory's. And, you know, Chris Jensen, who was a great teammate of mine, and I had to battle for a year for the spot. And he was, you know, high school wrestling legend. Washington, lost 1 match in high school. Went to Notre Dame, came to Oregon when they dropped. That was a guy that made me a lot better, right? Because we had to battle it out. I mean, we had to battle it out. We would split time, like on a road trip sometimes. And then I got the spot my freshman year when he hurt his shoulder. He went out for the year. Next year, we're wrestling different weights. He's a round of 12 guy. And so he was there, and Scott Bizarre, great friend of mine. Scott Norton, you know, a guy that I think was an NCAA semifinalist. I mean, just a bunch of really good guys, and it was a special time. But yeah, I got off. Cory and Chael were never on the team together. So yeah, they were 5 years apart.
But kind of like the same type of dudes, though. Like guys who give you the shirt off their back, right?
Oh,
you can tell they're related, right?
Oh, just, I mean, yeah, they are close. They're double cousins, man.
You're right.
Yeah,
double cousins.
Double cousins. I mean, I know there's first cousins, there's second cousins. They're like double cousins. Their dads are brothers. They grew up rodeoing together, and their moms were sisters, and, you know, I mean, tremendous family.
What do you think the thing you're going to miss the most about not having Cory around?
I mean, his wit. I mean, like, so for me, it's, right, I can't put myself in the spot of Margaret and the 3 kids. I mean, the oldest just graduated high school, right? He's got a sophomore to be in I think, an 8th grader to be, or 9th grader. And so I can't put myself in that spot. I can't put myself in Ty's spot. I can't put myself in, you know, Paulette's spot, Mom. But for me, just, he's the kind of guy that just, he'll make you laugh. Sometimes fully making fun of you or himself. Sometimes very dry humor. Sometimes, man, he could deadpan stuff. He'd deadpan and like you thought he was serious. He's telling you the truth, but he wasn't. It was like a giant lie. But the energy he had, it was like, man, we went to Japan. Like we went to Japan and we're there 2 weeks, and like he's the dude you want to try to get by in the bus when you're going from one town to the other and you're going to wrestle another team or you're deep sea fishing. Like that's the guy you want to try to get your rod set up and be over on the side of the boat by him. Because he just, the whole, you know, the whole thing, just the whole charisma, personality, leadership, but also the guy that could be the funniest guy and the biggest screw off at the right time when it was time to do that.
You got anything else for me?
Tremendous human being.